Lila, and welcome to the Kids Virtual Cat. Today we will be making mini albums. Let me show you how. We're going to be using Happy Album Kit 13. It comes with 4 pattern papers, one sheet of white cardstock, double-sided mini mats, and 8 mini peekaboo pockets.
So we're going to start with this piece, right?
Yeah. So we've already folded it in half.
That's right. So this was the piece of white cardstock that came in the kit, and it measures 4.5 by 10 inches. So we're just going to fold it in half at 5 inches, right, Lila?
Yes. Well, we cut it out some pattern papers that will fit on our mini album.
On the cover, right? So these little papers are from the kit. We just cut them out of the pattern paper, and they measure 4 3/4 by 4 1/4. So Lila, go ahead and adhere them to your covers. Perfect. And did you want to put your title on the front of your book? Which one's going to be the front of your book?
This one.
Perfect. We're going to use some foam squares maybe?
Yeah. Foam squares or pop-up dots. I call them pop-up dots.
Job. All right, now we're gonna make the inside pages, right?
Yeah.
So your peekaboo pocket has adhesive on the back side. So where it comes off, the double-sided tape is on the back side. So what that means is you need to be able to read whatever word it is that you're showing straight up and down from the front side. So keep in mind, this is going to be one of the pages in your book, and you've got to be able to read it when you flip it back and forth like this, right?
Yeah.
So we'll leave this one as is, so grab your next page.
Now that you've put in the mats all in the pockets, we're going to put them inside the album. So I'm going to take off this backing.
It can be a little tricky because it's clear, but if you just go from the side. Oops, I'm going from the wrong side, sorry. Alright, that's what made it difficult. So pull that off. Perfect. And so this is the front of your album. So what we're going to do is we're going to line this up so that it's straight, and then we're going to push it down. Can you push it down along the spine? Good job. Good job. Okay, can you take that tape runner over there? And I need you to do a line of tape runner right along the spine because we want to cover this up, but make sure you stay right along the spine. Perfect. Perfect. And then we've cut a strip of pattern paper that matches, right?
Yeah.
So we're just going 2. Put that right over top.
So then you can't see the plastic part.
That's right, the plastic spine part. That's exactly right. So we've got that covered up. Now, the great part is that we've got our pages, right? Everything's put in, but we can still take them out. So we can still remove our mats, and we can add photos, we can add stickers, we can add whatever we want, right?
Yeah.
So some of these are pretty plain. So the back side of this is just polka dots. So you could choose to add one of the little mats if you like, so that has little titles. So Lila, why don't you do some decorating and we'll show our finished product at the end. What do you think?
Yeah.
Awesome. Did you enjoy this?
Yes.
Perfect. Now I wanted to share some alternate options if you don't happen to have Happy Album Kit 13 to make this exact mini album. So if you don't have it, but you do have a theme pack, any theme pack would do, or as well as the peekaboo pockets, then you can make your own. So this is just the dance theme pack, and then I've done the exact same process, and I've just used 4 peekaboo pockets that measure 4 by 6. So these are just 4 by 6. And the fun part about this particular theme pack is that there are cut aparts. So for example, this is a cut apart and this is a cut apart, and they measure perfectly 4 by 6, which fit into your peekaboo pockets. The other thing is some of the cut aparts make some fun titles, and then it comes with coordinating stickers, which is awesome. So if you don't have Happy Album 13, but you do have some peekaboo pockets and a theme pack, you could easily make the same project. So you're going to change the dimensions just a little bit. So for example, your insides are all going to measure 4 by 6, like I mentioned. Your actual book itself is going to measure 7 inches by, now I'm going to have to double check myself, 4.5 inches. So 7 inches by 4.5 inches. So hopefully you enjoy that one. And then finally, if you don't have any peekaboo pockets, but you'd still like to make a mini album, you totally can. So I wanted to show you, I've got Happy Album Kit 1 here. So it comes with a whole whack of paper as well as cardstock and a sheet of stickers. And what I've done before we started was I cut everything down. So I already made the album cover, and I already covered the 2 sides. So this is the exact same as the one that Lila made. So it measures 5 inches wide by 4.5 inches tall. So this was using the piece of cardstock, the ivory cardstock that came out of the kit itself. So that is what this is, exactly the same process as Lila taught us. And then I've just taken, for now, 3 sheets of pattern paper, and I've cut them to 4.25 inches by 4.75 inches. So this is the same size as the covers from the front and back, but they are going to become our inserts. So instead of having pockets that you put them in, we're just going to create pages. So what we're going to do is using our scoring blade in our trimmer, we're going to take our pattern paper and we're just going to put it in 1/2 inch, and then we're just going to lightly score. You want to make sure you only lightly score when using pattern paper, because you don't want to accidentally push all the way through and cut your paper accidentally. So then we're just going to make a fold, and I'll do that to the other 3. The fun thing about doing your album this way is that you can add as many or as few pages as you want. So I'm doing 3 just to show you here today, but you could do 5, you could do 6, you could do as many as you want. Just depending on what you're making your album for and maybe how many photos you have. And when you're making your albums, keep in mind that you can use, for example, the stickers that come with the album. So with the kits, you can use cut aparts. So like Lila had shown us, she went ahead and added some heart cut aparts that were just done on her own. You can also add photos. So you can get some photos printed of you doing something fun, maybe with your friends or family. Or you could also color. So you could put in just a piece of plain cardstock that's sort of lighter color, and you could do an illustration, a drawing that's just by you. So that's kind of special too. And when we're doing albums, we should remember kind of all those stages in our lives, right? So what we're going to do now that we have these is we're going to fold back and forth so that it kind of becomes like a hinge. And then we're going to grab our tape runner. And we'll put a line of adhesive just within that area that has a hinge. And then we're going to line it up with the back cover so that it's all flush. And we'll just make a stack. So even if you don't have peekaboo pockets, you can definitely make a mini album here today. All you need is cardstock and some pattern paper and some creativity. Perfect. So then these are now going to become the pages, and you're going to fill them up with whatever it is you want. So my album is going to have 3 pages, and of course you can also put photos or pictures or whatever you want on the front and back. So there's lots of space in it, and it all comes together like this. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks. Take care.